Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we have two watches here from Conquer Watches. Actually, it's conquerwatches.co, not conquerwatch.com. Two different watch companies with similar branding, I guess. So anyway, the watch in my left hand is the automatic watch, obviously. You can tell by the second hand here, this sweeping versus ticking. And this does have a high beat Miyota 9015 movement. And the watch on the right is a Swiss movement, Swiss Quartz, a Ronda Swiss Quartz movement. Ronda is the company or manufacturer. And they're based in Switzerland, of course. So there you can see at the bottom, at the 6 o'clock indice, it does say Swiss movement. There we go. And that's number 30 there. So really hard to see by eye. Oh, I see it's on the rehot. That's why. There we go. All right, let's zoom back out here. So I'll leave a link in the description to the website. It has a little bit of information about these watches and a couple of pictures. Website's not the best, but you can inquire about more information about these watches there. And this is not a black dial. This is actually a blue dial. Hopefully we can get a better sense of the color here. The dome and the AR coating, it kind of makes it hard to see the dial on this one. At least for me anyway. By my eyeball, it's kind of disorienting, I guess I would say. So there is a single dome crystal. You can see the distortion here. They are calling this a fluted bezel. I don't know if I'd call that a fluted bezel. I guess I'd call it more of a maybe an engine turn bezel or a spiral bezel. But anyway, it is called a fluted bezel on their website. It does have a signed crown with the Conquer logo there. And that Conquer logo is also applied at 12 o'clock here. The word Conquer appears to be printed on along with the wording down here, automatic 100 meters. So it is 100 meter water resistant. It does have applied indices. And there is a concentric set of rings around the perimeter of this dial here. You should be able to see it right there. The white dial does not have that. It's just a plain white dial. It does look a little pearlescent, or maybe a sunburst or something there. So it's not a matte white paint. Again, same applied logo. And actually the Quartz watch is thinner, which I kind of expected it to be thinner, but I was kind of not expecting them to actually have two different case sizes. It's hard to see this way. I'll put them side to side here, and we should be able to see the difference in the thickness here. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. So the watch in my right hand is slightly thinner. This is 11 millimeter versus 12.4 for the automatic movement. So let me set this one to the side and we'll go over all of the dimensions. And now this does have female end links, so the lug-to-lug of the case is your actual lug-to-lug. The bracelet does hang out a tad bit more, so maybe add another millimeter to the dimension I'm about to tell you. Lug-to-lug on this, I measured at 48. On the website, I had it at 47. Watch diameter, 41. And then, as I mentioned, case thickness on this one, the automatic, is 12.4. Lug width is 20, and it does taper down to 18. You have the high polished center links with the brushed outer links. And this is a solid end link, solid links, a milled clasp. This portion here is stamped, so is the safety here, safety clasp. So the clasp is kind of large and blocky, but it does the job. 6 micro adjust there. And it does have the dual deployment pushers here, so it's nice and secure. Yeah, let's take a look at the movement here. The Miyota 9015 movement. It does have a little bit of decoration. One of my favorite watch movements. Nice and thin, has the high beat rate, the 8 beats per second. And from what I understand, they're pretty reliable. I haven't had an issue with one yet, but I don't hold on to these watches all that long. Crown size, 6mm crown. Again, that is a signed crown. A brushed case, polished bezel, at least the edges polished, but then you have the spiraling or fluting, whatever you want to call that. And the case back does have that as well. So that's a nice little touch. And of course, it is a display case back. The Quartz does not have a display case back, but it does have some nice engraving here. Yeah, it's definitely engraved. It's not just laser engraving. So both of these watches are, of course, 316L stainless steel, as you would expect. I don't know the price of these watches. You can always email at the website I'll leave a link to. Oh yeah, and I think I already mentioned, but these are both 100-meter water resistant. There's a screw down crown. This will be changing the date. Maybe. There we go. Maybe, I don't think it matters for Quartz watches, but I'd probably be changing it the wrong time again on an automatic watch. And this will be your time set. So. And I'm just so used to automatic or mechanical watches, I just kind of prefer them. So, first position is hand winding. Next, I don't want to do date set. I want to get the hands out of there. Put them like 6 o'clock, I think. And then we'll go back to changing the date. There we go. And then as you saw, when I pull the crown all the way out, the second hand stops, so that's hacking. So yeah, there we go. Let me get this one on wrist, and then we'll put the white one on wrist. If you saw my unboxing, this clasp is on backwards. I did not actually end up fixing that. We'll just put them on wrist here, and then close out the video. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. Like the video and leave a comment below. So here we are on my 6.5-inch wrist. So this would probably be about the largest watch I would like to wear with the lug-to-lug at 48. Maybe that might look a little bit too big on my wrist, I guess. So there we are with the blue dial. I might have called it a black dial, but it is a dark blue dial. And here we are with the white dial with the backwards clasp. I'm sure whoever I send it off to next will maybe get a chuckle out of that, or maybe a little curse at me. I don't know. But here we go. Oh yeah, we need to zoom out. And then we'll close out the video. Never know what I'm going to catch in the background here. It's usually watch related. Throw this one back on and then we'll call it a day. So as always, thank you for taking the time. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.